Hi everyone, Duke Danger here. Sorry it's been so long. I've been having a particularly rough time on the meds just lately. So hi, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that. And I hope you all had a good holiday season. I'm back. I'm going to try and upload every week, but as per my last video, sometimes that might be impossible, especially when they're experimenting with my meds a little bit. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, nor is it very interesting. I was gonna do my Duke Danger 2013 Game Awards, but I was unfortunate enough to play Assassin's Creed Liberation last night for an hour and a half before it got too painful to bear. Now, this game is currently available on Xbox Live and PSN, and before anyone thinks, oh, this guy's just chatting shit, that game was a PS Vita upscaling into HD. Well, yeah, and, bearing that in mind, I can't expect too much in terms of length, which is awful, graphics, which are awful, sound, which cuts out like a good one, or huge open world, which is fair enough. I'm not taking any of that into account in my determination that the game is fucking awful. Now, first off, this game was $15.99, which is far too expensive for something like this. Second, it's not even HD. What they've done really is added a few more trees and put a blur effect on it. It looks like it's still on PS Vita, and PS Vita is more capable of better output than that anyway. I've used a PS Vita. I know what it's like. I know that they can look better than that. But this one is just awful. It feels and looks like a rush job. And I just... God, it infuriated me, actually. First of all, they fucked up the free running mechanics. The woman you play as, whose name I can't even remember, something Prey, I don't know, who cares? But the problem with the jumping is she sometimes doesn't recognise that she can climb, so you can be running up a wall for ages and you're not getting anywhere, and then eventually she'll grab onto what you've been trying to grab onto for the past half hour. Sometimes she doesn't recognise where she needs to jump, so she'll just jump off in a random direction or not jump at all. The climbing is awful. I mean, last night when I was playing it, this was about 2 in the morning, so I was particularly tired anyway, and I just wanted to get this mission over and done with so that I could go to bed. But she wouldn't climb this fucking tree to hit a fucking viewpoint I wanted. She was stood on this branch, and you could see where you had to go. I was looking at it. There was a big plank of wood, for whatever reason, nailed into a tree, and she just wouldn't grab it. She would not even recognise that the tree was there. She wasn't running up it. She wasn't doing anything. Every time I tried to run up it, she jumped off the side, and I died. I don't know how you can fuck up the one thing that made your franchise so recognisable. When you think of Assassin's Creed, you think of the free running. Or maybe Boats, if you're a fucking twat. Or Ezio, if you're an even bigger twat. But you think of the free running, and they fucked it up. Now, this game has convinced me that the star rating on XBLA is fixed. Because it's got like 5 stars or something, or 4.5. Check it out yourselves. It's all there, but it's awful. I mean, there's this weird costume system. Not just changing colours, which you can do, or change from a hat to a hood, whatever the fuck that adds, but it's very bizarre. You have 3 different personas. Why this woman can't just have one outfit like every other fucking protagonist does in the world, apart from maybe Lego Batman. Actually, that's what it reminds me of. Lego Batman. When you're in your assassin's outfit, you can carry more weapons, free run and kill folk. And to reduce the notoriety of that, you've got to pay people off. In your slave persona, you can free run, but you can only have your hidden blades. And you can carry boxes to blend in. And to reduce that notoriety, you've got to tear down wanted posters. In the lady persona, you can't sprint, you can't jump, you can't free run, but you can charm and bribe guards. Why can't you do this with every fucking costume, like you always have been able to? It's a stupid mechanic that it makes the game. I suppose it's a cheap way of adding length, because it means you run places, realise that you can't do anything in your current outfit, run all the way back to a changing room. Yeah, that's right, you can't do it on the fly, you have to be at specific points. Run all the way back to a changing room to get changed into a persona that will work. It's awful, to be honest. The locations are boring. I'm sure if you've played Assassin's Creed 3, you'll remember the little market area, the bricked-in tube and roof. What am I saying? Pillar and brick pillar roof situation. That's copy and pasted into New Orleans. The only difference is the buildings have a retexture. They're now brick. You can't see anything in the distance because it's blurry as fuck. I mean, I understand the A360 isn't capable of 1080p output, but even when you have it set to upscale to 1080p, you can't see anything at all. It's so blurry and so janky. The frame rate is awful. It just stops, starts, slows down, speeds up. Even the voice acting is probably some of the worst I've encountered in a long time. I mean, I'm not saying it's Shenmue standard, but it's fucking awful. The Bayou, which is the answer to the frontier in Assassin's Creed 3, or I guess the ocean in Assassin's Creed 4, is terrible. There's a few trees, but like I said, the free running doesn't fucking work, so you're better off just running on the ground. To find anywhere, you need to check the map. The map looks big, it looks like it's a huge area, but it's just massively zoomed in. It's actually very small. The only way I can describe this game is by saying it was a cheap cash grab to boost sales in a handheld console that wasn't selling, and then in order to grab more money because the handheld that they were marketing it on, the PS Vita, still wasn't selling because of their not because of their game, but still wasn't selling, so people couldn't buy the game. They upscaled it and added a few new trees in, released it on XBLA, and didn't do anything else. I mean, the controls still feel like PS Vita controls. It's a truly terrible game. I would rather play Revelations again, and I thought that was fucking terrible. Assassin's Creed 3 was fucking terrible. But they're all better than this one, and I honestly thought it couldn't get much worse than Revelations and 3, where they were releasing the same fucking game every year. But no, after playing Assassin's Creed 4, and I know Liberation came out before that, but after playing Assassin's Creed 4, this is a huge disappointment. It should have never been released on XBLA, it should have been left to rot in the console areas, just like the last ones were on the PSP. I mean, yeah, they'll probably release those next. But it's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. Stick with 4, start it again, don't care, just don't get Assassin's Creed Liberation. Play something more fun like Fallout. It's awful, severely disappointed, almost gutted in fact, and yeah, not worth it. Anyway, that's Duke Danger.